Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to share with you the common question or introduction that I ask my students, especially when before I start the lesson proper. So, first, usually I ask them the technical check if they can hear or see me clearly, then I introduce my name, ask their name, saying, "Nice to meet you." And then I ask the question, "How are they?" So, how are you doing? How are you? That's the common question that I ask them, especially that most of the students that I encounter are new. I ask the question, "How are you?" or "How's your day?" if it's the first time that I meet the student. Like, uh, so most of the student that I meet, it's our first time to meet. So the common question that I ask is, "How are you? How are you doing?" Or "How's your morning?" Or if it's afternoon, "How's your afternoon?" Or "How's your evening?" So those are the common questions that I ask, especially for the first time student that I meet. So you can feel if you can ask follow-up questions if the student would share, yeah, "I'm fine. I'm tired. I just came from work." So I do follow-up questions if they tend to share more. But if they say, "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" So that's the common answer that I receive. It it feels that they're not interested for a small talk. So it's a hint for me, as I answer their question. "Oh, I'm great. I'm happy to see you." So, by the way, our lesson for today is about. So I go now to the lesson, introduce the lesson if I feel that they're not interested for the small talk, for a small talk. So some students, they have special requests where you can read their request that no small talk. But sometimes, even if there it's indicated there that no small talk, sometimes it depends on how they respond upon our greetings. So if they're not responsive or they're not so much enthusiastic about having a small talk, then I shift by going to the lesson proper. So that's how I engage with meeting the students for the first time. Usually, my common question is, "How are you? How are you doing? How's your day? How's your morning?" So if it's early in the morning, "How's your morning? How's your afternoon? Or have you eaten your lunch? How's your dinner? Have you eaten your dinner?" So it depends. But for those students that I meet for the second time or the third time, usually I try to remember what are the topics that we've been discussing before or we've discussed before. If I remember, then that's where I draw my question. Or I try to go back to the lesson memo that I wrote before and try to remember what are the last topic that we've been talking about. And then if I remember that, for example, a student mentioned about going for a vacation, they're going for a vacation next week, and then he booked a lesson. After that, then I'll ask, "Oh, how's your vacation?" Overall, I draw my question from the last topic that we've been talking about. So, if about work, so how's your application? Like one student is sharing about he's trying to apply to a new company. So when he's booking a lesson with me, I always ask, "Oh, how's your application?" So I was able to, it's like, track or monitor his progress with his application for the, I think he booked 4 times, and then for the fourth time He's now moving to his company, and then he'll start actually for the last week of August he will be starting. So that's how I follow up the questions or how I engage with the students. But basically the common question is how are you? How are you doing? That's the common question that I ask them before we start our lesson. And if they're willing and if they're open to share more, I ask them follow up questions. So that's all I want to share for today. I want to know if you have, how do you start your conversation? What are your questions that you ask your student before you start your lesson? If you have unique questions, share them in the comments so that we can also learn from you, and we can also use that starting questions with our future students. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Have a great day.